This is our fourth year running our CX Trends study. And every time we do it, we're reminded why we do it, because each year there is something new going on in the macro environment that's really important in terms of its impact on consumers and their behaviors, and of course, in turn, on businesses. And the aim of our research is simple. It's to give you a view of the big trends that we see at a global level in order to help you think about and give you some context and perspective to help you navigate a landscape that is continually changing and continues to disrupt consumer behavior and businesses and industries around the world. And so to that end, we surveyed more than 28,000 consumers across 26 countries. You can see just a few of them listed here. And we asked people about their recent experiences with organizations in 20 industries. Again, you can see just a few of them listed here. The full detail is in the report. And we surveyed approximately 1,200 consumers from each of the countries that are included in the report, with just a handful of exceptions. And to ensure that the data is reflective of the population within each of those countries, we set quotas for responses to match the gender, age, and income demographics for each country. And there is a great deal of detailed data from this study. The report will be available today, as I mentioned, in the resources section. That gives you a global view of the trends, which we'll talk about today. And in the coming weeks and months, we'll be publishing a series of reports on xminstitute.com with more and more detailed cuts at the industry and country level. But what we want to focus on today is the four trends that emerged when we took a global view of the data. And you're looking at the four trends here that emerged from the data in this study. The first is human connection, and knowing when and how to incorporate it is the foundation of a winning AI strategy for organizations. The second is that when choosing which companies to buy from, consumers prioritize service over low prices. Third trend is that looking at consumer satisfaction with different channels across phases of the customer journey, satisfaction came up lowest with resolving an issue in digital channels, but there is some good news there, which we'll talk about. And the fourth trend that emerged is that most consumers don't give companies feedback after a poor experience, so organizations will need to intentionally put a plan in place in order to listen for feedback in new ways. And this is something that we all know, and it came up again in this year's study as something that organizations will have to work on, and we'll talk about how. And this is all to say that looking across these four trends, the importance of quality experiences built on human connection came through. And understanding how to deliver and improve experiences to match consumer expectations will depend on more mature approaches to customer experience management. And so with that, let's take a look at each of these trends in turn.